1, 2, 3, go!
Get up there.
I'm ready, let's do it. Alright, 3 hours and 44 minutes.
Welcome to Illinois.
Get up. Go on.
So we just got to Hangar 9. It took about 4 hours to get here. What we're going to do now is, of course, we got here about 20 minutes too early before packet pickup. So it's time to just walk the dogs and get them to go to the bathroom, and then we'll do packet pickup.
Yay. So the bike surgeon, they're the ones that donated the money for the prize purse for the race. So we wanted to stop by the shop and see what it was all about.
Hey, what's up?
Packet pickup.
This is it.
All right.
We're in pickup mode yet. We're in packet build mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're still early. All right.
Yeah, we're getting there though.
Oh, no, that's cool. We'll go hang out.
So we haven't picked up packet pickup yet. We ended up taking the dogs for a walk and decided that we're hungry, so we're gonna go ahead and eat because it's about a 30-minute drive to where we're staying tonight. And Chris was starving.
All right, let's see what's in the bag.
All right. So we got bike number 42. We've got the number 4 aid station bag, or one, and a t-shirt. Pretty sweet. Zip ties, of course, to put the number on, and a visitor's guide.
Sweet.
That's it. All right, let's hit the road. All right, we just woke up. It's 30 degrees outside. I didn't sleep very well. I'm not very good at this whole parking and just a random parking lot and sleeping. So that, and I'm a little nervous for the race. Excited nervous. But anyways, we're up. Finish up my peanut butter sandwich, finish up making this French press, and I'm gonna get the truck warm up and get changed. And then it's time to mess with the bikes, fill some water bottles, and just get ready to race. I'm excited. First race of the season. It's my first ever gravel race. I'm a little anxious. I don't know what kind of gravel's out there, and I'm riding someone else's bike, and I haven't been on a gravel bike for over a year, so it should be interesting. So I'm nervous on that aspect. I don't know how I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna ride as hard as I can without blowing up too much until the end. That's kind of my race strategy. There's about like 8 or 9 other women out there, so I'm definitely going to be looking for them and try to stick with them. Of course, the goal is always to win, but I don't even know where I fall, so just feeling kind of anxious.
Alright, so I'm pretty excited about the race. We got about an hour and a half. We're sitting in the truck drinking coffee out of a water bottle because we forgot our coffee mugs. I've got high hopes for the race, looking at last year's results and just all the research I've done. I'm really hoping to do well today. I've actually never done a gravel race before, and I had to borrow a friend's bike, just like Olivia, for this race. I think there's a lot more racers this year. I think the competition's going to be a lot steeper since they said there's a $200 purse, so we will see what happens. I reckon this is the start, eh?
All right, guys, have a good ride. 1, 2, 3, go!
Just as the lead-out truck pulled away, the pace picked up pretty significantly, and the pack just shredded to pieces. I found myself at the front of the race with about 5 other guys. I looked around me, and all but one of them were on the same team. I knew this wasn't good, but we all worked together for a bit, battling the wind and just really trying to establish our lead. I knew I was going to have to break away from these guys before the finish, or else I wouldn't stand a chance at a good finish. And as for nutrition in this race, I started the race with 2 full bottles, each one with about 400 or 500 calories in it. I wanted to have enough calories that if I had to skip the first aid station, then I could. And then I sent 2 bottles ahead to the aid station. It's you hit the same one twice. But when it came down to it, I was unable to stop at the aid station either time because the first time we were in a pace line and just went straight past it. If I would have stopped and got a bottle, the race would have been over immediately. And the second one, I just rode right past it because I was in pursuit mode, trying to catch anybody I could. So I waited for the first big climb of the day, and I put in an attack. I gave it just about everything I had to get up this climb and just really get away from them. Just as we crested the top of it and hit the flats, they ended up reattaching on the back of me. So I just sat back and tried to recover. I know as I was doing my research for this race, I was wondering if it would be possible to ride a road bike with 28mm tires. After completing the race, I could say you definitely cannot do this on a road bike. If you do, you're just going to be walking, or you're just going to be angry with yourself. I highly recommend something 33mm or bigger. And then I put in another attack, and one of the teammates ended up coming with me. We put in maybe a 3-minute effort or so and really just tried to get away from everybody else. But once again, they just reeled us back in. From that point on, I just was in energy conservation mode. I was just waiting for the Trail of Tears section to try and put in another attack. Once we hit Trail of Tears, it seemed like everybody had the same idea as me, and the pace and the effort just got extreme. Front 2 guys were just immediately gone, and I found myself riding with 2 others. I gave it everything I had to stick on their wheels and really just try and ride it out with them, but they ended up just riding away from me. So I ended up soloing the last 8 or so miles into the finish for a 5th place overall. We got another group of 3 chasing us down. No one's really in a hurry. Understandably so.
Man, was the pace at the beginning really fast. I was definitely burning a couple matches to make sure I didn't miss the split in the group. I started to see the split and tried to hold on, but I looked down at my Garmin and I knew I was laying down too much power to sustain, so I made the call right then and hung back with the second group. You can see right there the split in the group and that guy trying to chase it down, and that is about exactly when I was like, nope, not gonna happen. As I let the fast group grow, I did notice that there was a woman in that group, so I do keep that in the back of my mind that there is someone ahead of me. We hit the first gravel turn and it's pretty sharp, pretty fast at the end of a downhill, and I already see two cyclists down, and man, am I thinking, here we go. And here it comes. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ooh, cracked my GoPro lens. Not only like 20 minutes into the race. So let me go ahead and apologize for the big crack line on the right side of the screen. As we turn into the first gravel climb, I'm with 2 females. So at this point, I know there will be no slacking for me, and I'm going to be putting down a bunch of hard efforts throughout this entire race. We finished that climb and we have dropped one of the women, so I'm now in a pace line with the last woman that I will see for a while. I think her name is Sarah, so I ride with her for a very long portion of the race, and several of these men kind of stay in a nice tight group and try and benefit off of each other with this very strong wind. At this point we have dropped into the Trail of Tears where the race changes dramatically here. 2 climbs in, I turn around and I can't see Sarah, and I'm thinking, okay, this is it. I have to push really hard to stay out of sight and get as far away from her as possible. Also, I want to stay with a bunch of these guys as much as I can because I know we're going to drop back in down the road. And if you guys know anything about the Trail of Tears, which I had no clue until I raced it, it's a bunch of loose, sandy gravel. It's like pedaling your bike through sand, especially with all the little up and down climbing throughout there. Now we either jump out of the Trail of Tears or we're still in the Trail of Tears, but I don't know, there's one more big climb, and during the race I didn't even notice, but there on my right is the girl that was in the lead pack earlier in the race. Everyone will probably tell you that like the Trail of Tears is the worst part of the race, but it actually was my favorite part of the race. If you want to know more race details from my perspective, I will post the link below for you all.
Olivia! Woohoo! All right, nice job.
Oh my god. About that last one.
Yeah.
A mile long.
I saw you weaving from side to side. I thought, maybe I can get you.
Yours?
Look at this.
First place, Olivia Shannon.
Hey, Don. Yeah, Citra, man. I love this guy.
I'm so excited about how I did today. It was cool just to come out here and race it and feel strong, especially up the climbs. That's crazy. So I'm definitely proud. And
Yeah, so I'm a little bit bummed with the outcome of the race. With a team of 6+ guys here, there wasn't really much that I could do to influence the outcome of the race.
the race and how it went down and everything. We're gonna finish up the weekend here and truck camp, finish making dinner, and I'm glad you guys could be here to enjoy it.